If your ink's too slow and your nib won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to see you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
All right. Good afternoon, amigos. It's time to party brain. And at my top right, I got the flying squirrel guy. Damn. Wow. Yes, he does fly. Yes, he has wings. And they flap. Now to watch this guy, he'll take your pen away. Whew. And then you got the nomad, Mad Head, Mr. Announcer, Mr. JK, Mr. Whatever Wannabe, Mr. All Like That. And then you have the one and only, the elite, the wannabe. Trick or treat, come smell the nib. Ah, yes, the heart of a pen. We're going to welcome and let Mike celebrate his pen story with you, which I'm lying. No, Mike's going to share with you what's going on with him right now because he's having this huge sale right on a already affordable pen, which is a win-win to the person who buys the pen. I mean, you're not going to get any more reasonable than this. So if you want a custom pen, it's up to you. It's your money. Use it wisely. Yeah, it's time. So Mike's going to explain to you what's going on and how long this sale will last. Mr. Mike, welcome to the show. Take it away.
Thank you, Larry. Yeah. My name's Mike Green, and I make pens. I've been making them now for 1 year. Wow. Okay. There. I can do that too. There. Okay. I've been making pens for 1 year, and to celebrate, actually 1 year on April 9th. So that was the April 9th we just had, a week ago, was my 1 year anniversary. And I decided to celebrate that. I was going to do a sale for everybody, and so all of my pens are 30% off. So that was just, I think that's going to be fun. It's been a fun first year. I started to, and I've been making pens, and I've learned a lot, and I'm still looking forward to moving forward. I've got a second year starting right now, and so I'm looking forward to making a lot more pens. Here's a pen I made recently. It was a commissioned pen. Actually, there were two of them. Boy, I gotta remember where my camera is. This is Jonathan Brooks Abalone. I made one for a friend Liz, right? Yeah. And I couldn't figure out I had two of these, and I couldn't figure out which one was prettier, so I made two of them, and they were both really nice. This is a beautiful pen. And just to give you a clue, now, my normal price for this pen, this pen right now that's available right this instant is $150. But with a 30% off sale, it is $105. So right now, this one's immediately available, and that includes shipping. And
Wow.
And you were talking about nibs just a moment ago. It comes with a, let's see if I can do this focus. There we go. It comes with a Yovo number 6 nib. You can either get gold or polished steel or whatever size, but whatever you choose, it will be a nib that was tuned by Kirk Spear of Pen Realm too. So you get a tuned nib as well. So because I like the nib to really write nicely when I start with a pen. When you pick that pen up for the first time, I want that nib to really shine. So all of my pens come with tuned nibs now. So, well, that's where we are right now today. In about a week and a half, I will be, for those of you who are fortunate and can travel or are nearby, I will be at the Chicago Pen Show. So I'm really looking forward to being at the show. I attended it last year. That was my very first pen show and really had a good time. And I will be at this year's Chicago Pen Show in about a week and a half. So any of you can make it out there. And by the way, remember that 30% sale? that is going to be continuing through the Chicago Pen Show. So that'll until May 1st. May 1st is the Sunday of the show. That'll be the last day of the sale. Then we'll go back to my normal price. By the way, for you Larry video people, and I know you're listening to me now, so you must be a Larry video person. If you use the secret code Larry, you can always get a 15% discount. So there we are. Any questions?
Well, Dan, now you have to agree, $105 for a custom-made fountain? What?
It's amazing.
That's impossible. That's totally crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy.
Crazy. Oh, there. Oh, I can't get my hair to stand up like that. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I've got 2 of them here, and I bought a 3rd one and gave that one to my son.
Yeah.
Excellent pens. Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, if you're going to buy a pen, I think now's the time.
Uh-huh.
And really, they are great looking pen. The nib is to die for.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is ready right out of the box. Ink it up with your favorite ink and get to writing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want, write Mike a little note. Tell him what you think of it.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be kind of cool.
I'll write it here. Quick. I didn't get, and of course, how do you do that? Oh, I didn't tell you, did I? Here we go. Let's see if I can get this.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
And that's how you get in touch with Mike.
Right. I'm on Instagram. I've got a website. I've got email. Of course, I've got this old phone thing you can kind of spin the numbers on, but you can call me or get a hold of me with any of these. Oops. Is it close enough? There you go. There you go. So that's how you get in contact with me. Good.
Okay.
So, Dan, what do you think about his pens? Seriously, honestly.
I think they're extremely well made. The materials are extremely good quality. The attention to detail is excellent. I can only speak for the ones that I bought. All 3 have been ebonite pens, and they're on the larger side. And one thing that I would say for anybody interested in the ebonite pens is not to be afraid to buy a larger one thinking that it's going to be a heavy pen, because ebonite is a light but durable product. And so the pens I bought are quite large pens, and both of them are lighter than a lot of much smaller pens, and they just feel so wonderful in your hand to write with. You can get them fitted for a Joe Woe nib, or you can get it fitted for a Bach nib, and Mike makes them both ways, and I have them both ways. And you can, when you get a nib that comes with the pen, like he said, it's professionally tuned, and so you don't have to worry about it snagging the paper,
Right.
having to send it and have it tuned for you. It is ready to roll with immediately, and they're a writing dream. You don't want to put them down. They're just excellent pens.
So, there you have it. So, Mike, how long have you been doing pens now?
Well, as I said, it's been now just a shade over 1 year.
Over 1 year. He just barely made that over the line crossing. But really, folks, seriously, $105 with this sale he has going on. $105 for a custom-made, well-tuned nib. And what nibs do you offer?
I offer both, as Dan said, I do both Jowo and Bach. And in general, most people go with the number six nibs, which is pretty much everybody uses the number 6 nowadays. It's a very popular size.
Yeah, yeah.
So there you go. So, and it will come in whatever finish I can get. Typically with Jowo, you get either polished steel or gold. And by the way, these are pens that are in stock right now. I'm just playing, teasing you here. Here we got these here. These are all, and there's a variety of different styles here and colors. I think Dan was mentioning a moment ago the ebonite. So here's some more. A lot of these are alumilite, but we do have a couple ebonite ones here that are similar to the ones that he has. And you can see the very often I'll make the slimmer ones are like 13 millimeter pens. These ebonite ones are 15 millimeter, and I make different sizes and different pens.
Are you, excuse me, are you talking about like the Tiger Eye?
Right, the Tiger Eye that you have is more like this style, and this is a 13 millimeter pen with a clip. And again, it depends on the pen. When I make them, I make a choice whether it's Bach or Jowo. If it's Bach, there's like 4 or 5 different finishes you can get. You can get rose gold, or gold or steel, or a bicolor, but they can and so whatever I have in stock, whatever I can get, basically, you get to choose what kind of nib you want. I believe these are Bach. Yeah, so these are Bach number 6s here. And this is a ebonite material, and you get to choose the nib. Once I've already made the pen, of course, it's already been chosen. It's been chosen whether it's going to be Jowo or Bach. But if you are buying a custom pen like Dan was, you get to decide which one you want. And I also do Bach number 8, which is available only in solid gold or titanium. So those nibs tend to be expensive, a little more expensive. But I just charge whatever the nib cost is. So clearly a gold nib is going to basically doubles the price of the pen. That's just unfortunate. That's how much gold costs. Let me go back to my camera here. There you go. I'm back on. So that was just a small sampling of the pens that are available right this moment. Again, at my 30% sale. You can go on my website and see them, or you can go to my Instagram feed and scroll through and see them. And I've marked whether they're sold or not, so you don't have to waste time with one that's not available. But if you see one that's not available, like I've already sold it, like if you look at Dan's pen, if either of Dan's pens appeal to you, I can make another one like them. It won't be exactly the same, but I can build a pen similar to any of the ones I've already made, even if they've already been sold. Each of these are one of a kind. I'm not making, 100 of any particular pen.
That's cool.
Make them as I go with them. Sometimes I'll make little sets of them, like 6 at a time or 10 at a time, whatever, that are very similar to each other. But even within their siblings, there are some variations between them. I do make them sometimes a little, taper it more or whatever. So I do play around a little bit with them as I go. But there you are. So
what is the most popular nib that people are choosing when they buy a pen, from you at least?
Well, I think I don't know if I have a clear choice. I mean, both Bach and Jowo are both very good nibs, and I've heard some people talk about like a different level of quality control from either one or the other, and that I've heard that, and that kind of, like I said, that kind of worried me a little bit when I was first starting to make pens. I was hand selecting, trying to pick the smoother or the better of the nibs when I got like a handful of a particular size. But then I decided, no, let's not play dice with the nibs. So I send them all off to Kirk Spear to get them tuned, and I haven't had any of them that Kirk has dealt with. He's a magician. They're all beautiful nibs when you get them out of the box and write with them. So eliminates that whole question of, did I get one that was maybe a clinker, say from Jowo or from Bach or whatever? No, we get rid of that. We take care of that by having them tuned.
Okay, so are you getting excited for the pen show?
Oh yes. I'm revving up for it. It's less than 2 weeks away now, so I'm really looking forward to going to the show and meeting people. Like I said, I've only been doing this for a year, and I've only been to one pen show before, so I'm very much a newbie, getting a new kid on the block. So
now let me ask you this: your first time at a pen show, was it scary? Were you scared? Were you unsure? You're in no man's land. You never been actually at a pen show doing what you do, selling pen. So here you are, brand new, popped up.
Right.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, well, you know, you have to remember, I signed up for the Chicago Pen Show last year, and I hadn't even started making pens yet. I had signed up for that show. I was just going to go for the weekend. I told my wife, you know, hey dear, how'd you like to go to Chicago for a romantic weekend for just the two of us and my pens? You know? And she was game and she went for it. And then last April, I decided, you know, I had a friend who was pushing me, and let's get, maybe I should try making a pen. And I tried it, made one, and I thought that was really amazing. I want to do that some more. So then I started making pens in April. And so the Chicago Pen Show last year was at the end of September. So I had a few months to get going, but I went in, I had never been to any pen show at all before. And again, I live in near Minneapolis, and there are no pen shows. The closest one is Chicago. So I'd never been to a pen show before. And it is very much overwhelming. There are, you know, you figure, you know, if you're like me, you talk to people, you go, oh yeah, I use a fountain pen. And most people go, really? Do people still use those? And what, you know, and, you know, I can't believe that, you know, a fountain pen. And then you tell somebody that you make fountain pens. My own mother said, I didn't know people did that. And so if you're, you know, by yourself, you know, if you're like me, I was buying a lot of things, just, you know, mail order from various companies, and which is nice. But if you don't have, and again, I don't have a big pen store here in Minneapolis in that area. And so the only time I would see a store was if I was traveling, like if I went to, I do have friends in Houston, I'd go visit, I'd go to Dromgold's, which is, if you've never been to a store like that, it's overwhelming. Well, a pen show takes that up another, you know, order of magnitude. You've got Dromgold's, you've got, you know, a whole bunch of dealers, and then you have people like me. You have dozen, you know, I don't know what, 100 different people to talk to about pens. So you're going to run into people that you can really talk to. And last year I ended up not doing as much talking as I had hoped to do when I first started, because I brought some of my pens and shared a booth with one of my friends who's a vintage pen collector, and I ended up spending a lot of time at my booth. So I'm hoping this year to do a little bit more walking around. I've already talked a couple times to like Jim Hines. I bought a couple pens from him, and over time in the last couple of years. So I'd already kind of gotten to know some of these people, but a lot of these people I have not really talked to. I had my first nib grind, again, for you people that never done one. Well, yes, I mean, this is a big, scary thing to do, to take one of your pens, take like I took a Sailor, I don't have it right in front of me, I took a couple Sailor pens with me. These were pens I'd spent on what I thought was a lot of money on a pen, right? And then I'm going to go take it and pay somebody, you know, money to grind away at the tip of it, you know. But I got some really nice things. That's where I met actually Kirk Spear the first time. I had him grind a couple of my pens at that pen show, and so then, you know, that was the connection. And then I talked to him actually while he was grinding the pens. I said, well, do you like tune nibs for like pen makers? And yeah, sure enough, he does. So I guess that's how that happened. That's how I connected with him and how I chose him. I guess it's the personal contact is a big deal. You know, like if you go to a store, you can pick up a pen and try writing with it. If you can't do that, you have to just blindly buy something over the mail, which is, you know, if, you know, like anybody though, like, you know, like any maker, I think just about anybody you can buy a pen from, if you were to buy this pen today and you got it, you said, that really isn't for me, I would say, that's fine, send it back to me and I'll give you a full refund. No big deal, you know, that's not a problem. But that's a big leap to jump into buying something in the mail. It's so much nicer to sit down and actually try it. Sit down and try the pen. That's like I did at Dromgold's, you know, several years ago, and actually try writing with the pen and decide, well, actually, no, the medium nib is better for me than the fine nib, or, you know, those kinds of things. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that at the show. There's a lot of people I have not, you know, looked at their pens much, and it's fun to see them up front. You hear about them in podcasts or see their websites online, but it's going to be quite something to see them in person. And I know, Larry, you've got several of my pens. Dan, you see, when I show you a picture, I show you a picture on my website, and I show you or on Instagram, whatever. That really never really captures what the pen really looks like. The colors and the shimmers are
this one right here. I mean, this one right here. When I first saw it, I liked it. Great looking pen. Something that, do I need a pen? No, I don't. Did I want this pen? Yes, in the story, it was done. But when I finally got it here in my hand, this thing looks totally awesome. It's incredible, just how it just looks in person. Yeah, the camera doesn't do it any justice, but let me tell you, I'm telling you, this pen is a knockout. Good looking fountain pen. I love the colors. I love the way the colors are going all through the pen. It just wakens the pen up. It just like comes alive. I mean, you have to bond with the pen, people. Come on. A pen, you can't bond with the pen if you don't use it, right? It's going to sit there and do nothing. But this thing will knock your eyeballs out. Good looking. It's not overwhelming. It's not gaudy. It's not huge, giant, small. I think it's got everything it needs for anybody. And if you want a gold nib, yeah, is it worth a gold nib? It's up to you. I think it is. And at these prices, would be a good time to go for a gold nib. Wow. You're already paying $105 for a pen. Buy your gold nib, what, two or 300 for a gold nib?
Yeah, for a Bach number 8 right now. And again, it depends on the exchange rates and gold prices, and so the prices do move around a little bit. And of course, I also add in. Now I don't charge money for nibs. I basically just sell them at cost because I'm not making them. I'm just passing them through, and I don't stock them. So if you buy a gold nib, I'm going to actually go buy the gold nib and get it, and I'll send it down to Dan and get it tuned. So I basically absorb the tuning costs, but the actual nib cost, the gold ones they're pricey. That's like the number 8 box are like $220-ish, $230-ish, plus beyond that, and. But if you like gold, and I have to admit, I like gold nibs a lot, but you can also get titanium, and you can also get gold in the number 6 nibs as well. And that's a little bit less. It's like, I think Bach is still like 170 or something. No, they were a little bit more, but Jovo, we were a little cheaper in gold. But, gold is gold. Gold's going to cost money. When you make something out of gold, it's going to cost money. So there's not much for that. But yes, you can get different. I think one of the other things is, again, like here's another pen. This one's I tend to go for the darker hues myself. But even then, there's some little hints of shimmer in there that's you can't necessarily see here on this camera. But so these are a lot of fun. These different colors and these different materials are a lot of fun to look at. They're very, very beautiful pens. So Dan, again, I can say that. Oh, sorry, one more thing. And when I'm saying that, I can say it with I made the pen and I did the polishing and shaping and all that. But to give full credit, a lot of these things, a pen, some maker made this. Like this one here, this abalone is a Jonathan Brooks material. So Jonathan Brooks really deserves, he's a partner in this. He deserves a lot of the credit for how this pen looks. Oh shoot, I've lost who this. I can't remember if this is the Pensmiths or which one did this one. I'm sorry, but whoever it is, I'm misstating. But I buy a lot of materials from the Pensmiths too, and they make great materials, and that really makes a big difference with the appearance of the pen. Okay, go ahead. I know you cut you off for Dan.
All right, Dan. Before we leave, how many pens have you bought so far from Mike, and why?
I bought 3.
And why?
And why?
Why? Why from him?
Well, first of all, somebody was talking about the quality of a nib that was available for this particular pen, and actually it's one just like this one in a different color that I ended up giving as a gift to my son. But he was talking about how great that was. I thought, I want to get a pen that's well made from somebody I can trust, and that will be able to accommodate that. And that happened to be the number 8 Jowo or 8 Bach nib in a gold that I was hoping to get one day, in an 18 karat gold. I've not got that yet, but still, I got the pen and it was fitted for both nibs. And I didn't realize when I got the first one how phenomenal that pen was. And I gave it to my son for Christmas. And he's a new collector. And I didn't regret that I gave it to him, but I regretted that I didn't have it anymore. So I got on the stick and talked to Mike, and lo and behold, Mike was making another batch of them, and I got this beautiful black and yellow ebonite pen from him. And this one here is set up the same way. You can just see it's got a step down here, but it's such a long distance from here to here. And he has a way of rounding these so that they're not painful. And so it's not an irritating feeling like so many of the big step down pens are. And it's really well balanced. Well, then I got to thinking about how I heard Mike talking about how he had just purchased some Nico ebonite from Japan. And I'd heard good things about the Nico ebonite. And I thought, this is phenomenal ebonite. If Nico's great, I got to try that too. So I got to talking to Mike, and next thing I know, Mike's sending me a message saying that he's going to start working on the Nico pens. So after a conversation or two, we decided to get my next one, and it is this beautiful pen here. Another black and yellow, but it is Nico ebonite. It's probably the longest pen. It's longer than pretty much any pen you'll buy, but it is so well balanced. It's so lightweight. And would you look at that in my hand? And I've got small hands. It's not a back heavy thing. It's just perfectly balanced. It writes like a dream, and it will not be my last Mike Green pen. I don't buy a bunch of pens. Larry, you know me really well. I rarely will buy a fountain pen. Rarely ever will I buy a fountain pen. I'm just not made of money. But let me tell you what, the money, these pens without the sale are one of the best deals you'll ever get in a quality made fountain pen. And then to throw 30% on top of that, it's a steal. I feel guilty buying it for 30% off. I honestly do.
These pens should be jumping off the shelf right now. This is what I don't understand. 30% off an already affordable low price. These pens should be headed out the door to a new home.
Yeah. Oh, they will.
I hope people really understand, seriously, really understand in here, this is really a very well-made fountain pen. And the harder the pen you have, and then going to talk to you. When you ink it up, put it to paper, you're going to say, those guys are right. Yeah?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, before we go, Mr. Mike, would you like to say anything else about your pens?
Well, it's been, I've been a fountain pen user for a while, not, for several years now. And I would say that the making fountain pens has been quite an experience. It's been very great, very rewarding. And it's fun for me to make a pen. I mean, when I finish a pen, when it comes off the lathe, and when I polish it up, like, here's another one, when I finish a pen like this, whoops, I'll get it in the camera eventually. When I finished this pen, I was like, this is a gorgeous pen. I'll be honest with you. People always ask me, which one is your favorite? It's usually the one I just took off the lathe, or just finished. When I finish a pen, I make pens that are the kind of pens that I would like to have. And when I finish a pen, that's my favorite pen, right? Dan's pen was one I just made. That was the last pen I finished. So right now, Dan's pen is my favorite pen. But I make pens I would really like to have myself. And I guess I've also been asked, well, what happens when you ship them? And I kind of had to steel myself at the very beginning, going, I'm not going to try to accumulate all these pens. I want them to go out and see the world and do some writing with people. I'm not trying to keep them to myself. Like I always tell myself when I sell one, and someone again just this last week bought one that I really liked. It was a the diamond graphite pen. I know you guys know which one I'm talking about. It's on my site. You can see it. It's a diamond graphite pen. It's a material by the Pensmiths. It's black and it's got like a sparkle deep inside it. You know, it's a beautiful pen. Someone bought it, and it does hurt when you sell one, but I can always make another one. I keep telling myself I can always make more, so I'm not hurting myself too much. But I do it, and I love to see people use them. I love to hear people like Dan say, "Oh yeah, I really like using this pen," and I guess in terms of like things like the price, I feel kind of bad because I'm not really trying to run a business at this point. I know Larry keeps trying to coach me on trying to become a businessman, but I'm still doing it really for the love of it, you know, and for the fun of it. So I'm getting a lot of benefit just making the pen, and so I'm happy to see them get out and have people use it.
Okay, folks, well, there you have it. Now you have met Mike on Zoom. Hopefully you'll meet him at a pen show. Hopefully we have gave enough important information why you should buy a pen. And if you don't want to buy one of Mike's pens, buy it from somebody else. It's important, I think, to have one of these pens in your life. I think pens are fun. They're unique. I love the way they look. I love the nibs as long as they're done right. I'm a happy camper. And with the sale going on, you know, it's a win-win. There's no way you'll lose out. $105 for one of his fountain pens. $105 with this sale going on. Now you're not going to find it anywhere, only at Mike's place.
And to be fair, you know, like some of them, I do charge a little more when I have to do a clip and things like. So this one goes all the way up. This one's a lot more expensive. On sale right now, this one's $119. Okay, so it's not $105. So sorry, I don't want to mislead anybody and make.
Yeah, well, they have different prices. Yeah. I'm talking about the other one level.
But this, yeah, the pens like this one here, where I don't have a clip. And it's Illuminate. Oops, I'll get back in the picture. Like this little girl here. This one's 105. But you know, they're all in that ballpark. You can, and I put all the prices on my website. So
yeah, I mean,
Larry will be happy to hear that I finally for the longest time I would just put pictures on my website. So I don't have a commerce website, but at least I have the prices on there now. So you won't have to go, Mike, how much is that one? That doggy in the window? You know, you'll see it right on the picture of the pen. So.
And then before I leave, Dan is selling things too. He didn't know it till now. But Dan is so unique, so way out there. He's just a special person because he sells things totally different. And here's what Dan sells. Dan sells flying squirrels.
You got to catch them if you're going to buy them, though.
Yeah. No, sorry, no, Dan don't sell. I'm teasing. Dan has in his part of the woods flying squirrels that they come at a certain time to eat, right? So yep. I don't care if we're doing the zooming out. He has that permission to them squirrels. Go feed them. Pins away. And same with me. When my squirrels come up here and dock, and my ducks, they're going to eat. And I'll be out there. And now, Mr. and Miss Duck, they're coming all the time to the door knocking with their beak. Yep. And they see us pull up. Yeah, here they come. So that's pretty cool, isn't it, though? Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right, my friends, I'm going to get out of here, go take some medicine and shower and do what I got to do. So, hasta la vista, folks. We will see you soon. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good one. Peace and love.